Hi and welcome to my Pranayama stretch. Come to your mat, do any movements that feel good to you. I'm just preparing our guide. So we're going to follow the guide, which is my voice. It's going to tell you when to breathe in, when to breathe out. When I start inhaling and exhaling, just continue inhaling and exhaling all of the time until I tell you to exhale and hold. And then you will hold on empty. And then I will tell you to inhale and hold. So you will inhale with that air inside of you for 15 seconds. The guide is going to tell you as well. And at the same time, we're going to move dynamically through some postures. Follow the breath, though. The most important thing about this practice is keeping the cadence, keeping the rhythm of the breath. That's what's going to give you this big high. So just focus on the breath and the movement, you will unconsciously get to it. So we're going to breathe in and out for 30 breaths, then exhale and hold on empty for 30 seconds. So just come to your mat. Then inhale and hold for 15 seconds. Sit in Vajrasana. Exhale and release. And start again. Ankles. I will tell you when to start breathing and you just continue breathing. I'm not going to guide you and talk. Inhale and exhale. Just continue until I tell you to exhale and hold. And we're going to do this sequence 9 times, which is about 20 minutes. Starting now. Inhale and exhale. And keep breathing. And maybe lift your knees. And you will feel a stretch at the front of your feet. I really like starting with this stretch at the front of my feet. Front of my feet, ankles. Then come to all fours. Turn the fingertips towards you or as much towards the sides or towards you as you can. Remember, we're breathing in and out. Press the palms against the floor and start shifting towards the back of the mat, feeling the stretch in your wrists. Pressing the palms towards the floor, inhaling, exhale very deeply. Start doing some kind of like cow and cat movements, so you're mobilizing your spine up and down, you're waving your spine up and down. The stretch in your wrists is getting more powerful. Engage your abs, pull them towards your spine. Then sit down on your heels. Take your feet in front of you. Bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor, and the arms are actually behind you. So walk your hands behind you. The fingertips are still facing forward, and we're just gently going to stretch the front of our shoulders. Remember, inhale and exhale. I really like this stretch because we don't get to access the front of our arms and our shoulders too much. And hold. So we have exhaled and we are holding the breath. But we're still moving the shoulders, pressing the palms towards the floor. So we're getting this nice wrist stretch, front of the shoulder stretch. Now we're going to extend one leg to the right and the other leg is bent in front of us. And really try to lift your left arm. And hold. Breathe in and hold. As you lift your left arm, palm facing to the floor. And really keep breathing and dynamically follow this movement. So lift and up. Release. Exhale. Lift, exhale everything. Inhale. Extend the other leg as you start inhaling and exhaling again. So extend your left leg, press with that leg all of the surface of the leg against the floor, heel against the floor. And start stretching your right arm up above you, above your head, palms facing downwards. And keep doing this movement so you're stretching and coming out of it. Stretching and coming out of it as you breathe. Really feel the oxygen pumping in. As you keep doing this move, this is a really great release. Now take the soles of your feet together and the arms holding the outside of the ankles and kind of bring the feet towards your groin area. And as you bring the feet towards your groin, you feel the stretch. And again, we're dynamically doing this movement. So we're kind of like pushing the scapulas together, squeezing them together, taking the feet towards the inside of our legs and stretching forward as we pull and push with the legs against the hands. So it's a very active stretch. And the knees try to come towards the ground, so we're even using the outside of the hips to push towards the ground. Remember, breathe through all of these movements. You push, you pull with the hands towards your ankles, pull with the knees towards the floor, sitting bones on the floor, so you're really kind of arching upwards. Neck is lengthened, spine is lengthened, you're still
Exhale
breathing.
and hold.
Come to Uttanasana, so forward fold. As you hold the breath outside of you, you have folded forward, pressing with your body against the floor, because you're not just an object, you're an animated human body. You can press, you are heavy. Press heavily against the floor with the palms of your hands, the whole surface of the palms of your hand, from your fingertip to the heel of the hand, and with your feet pressing against the floor and kind of moving up and down, fingertips, palms.
And hold.
Inhale and hold here. As you keep moving, keep the movement dynamic, so you're using your abs to lift and come back again. And now you can even hold the back of your legs wherever you reach. You don't need to come down, you can hold
Release.
the back of your calves. Exhale.
Inhale.
And now start inhaling.
Exhale.
Exhaling. Push the shins away from you and take the arms behind your legs and push the legs towards you. And keep doing these two opposite movements. So you're pulling your ankles towards your face as you come down, feeling the stretch at the back of your legs, using your abs to kind of bring yourself down and up. This is a very active strengthening stretch. Pull from the back of your ankles and push your shins towards. Pull from the back of your ankles and push your shins away from you as you lengthen your spine, lifting the back of your neck. Stay folded down. Keep breathing. We're going to come from this forward fold. We're actually going to lift our right leg and lift it back and start lifting it and placing it down. Lifting it, don't actually place it down, but just take it down. So you lift it using your glute. The toes of the feet are facing forward, so you're squaring your hips. The fingertips are pushing against the floor, and you're really engaging the glute of the leg that's on the floor, that's pressing on the floor, your left leg here, as you lift and lower your right leg.
Exhale and hold.
And now exhale and hold. There is no breath inside of us, but you're still moving dynamically through this movement. Now point your feet, right feet. You're still moving your right feet. And now change legs. So you're going to lift your left leg. You're holding the breath, remember. If you need to breathe, you can, but that's what we're doing. Press with the 3 triangle points of the right foot towards the floor. So mount of the big toe,
Breathe in
little
and
toe,
hold.
and heel. Breathe in and hold. You're still lifting and lowering your left leg. Toes are pointing forward. Abs are engaged. You're not releasing your belly. Neck is lifted from the back.
Release. Exhale.
And you're really using the left glute as you exhale.
Inhale.
Now you're starting to inhaling and exhale again. We are still moving, and now we're going to slightly open. So open your left hip into a sort of Ardha Chandrasana position, but keep moving with your breath dynamically as you inhale and exhale. You're lifting and lowering your left leg to the floor and to the sky. And you're opening the hip now, so the toes are pointing towards the left side of the room. And with the right fingertips on the floor, if you want, you can lift that left arm and really push the right glute right on top of your ankle. So there's a straight line, and you're really engaging firmly that right glute inwards as you keep this position, this half moon position, reaching with your left arm towards the sky. And now change legs, same thing. Place your left foot on the floor, press against the floor as you lift your right leg away from you in a straight line parallel to the floor, and you reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Remember, you're breathing as you lift and lower that right leg. This is a very hard move, but remember to just keep breathing into it. Use your glute, take your left glute, push it inside of you.
Exhale, breathe out, and hold.
Exhale and hold. You're still lifting the right leg. It's very straight, so you're engaging, you're lengthening the back of your knee, and you're twisting, you're rotating the toes towards the right of the room, and you're still breathing in and out, following this movement, pressing your left fingertips on the floor. When you're happy with this move, fall down again. Uttanasana.
Inhale.
And see where you are. Inhale and hold. And just listen to the void. You're in Uttanasana, you're holding. Step your left foot back so the right foot is forward, and drop the back knee down. Release.
Breathe
Release
in.
the breath. Breathe in.
Exhale.
And exhale. Start inhaling and exhaling. Come to a low lunge with the back knee dropped. Clasp your hands together, palms facing skywards, and really pull, extend towards the ceiling, and follow the breath as you shift forward and backwards, opening that front hip flexor, bending slightly your right knee, and just trying to take it all. Try to stretch as much as you can. Try to make yourself so much longer. Imagine your body is elastic. Your spine is growing leaves between the vertebra. And you're just moving and exhaling and inhaling and bringing so much vibrance and so much force and so much light and so much color into your spine. Really, really, really extend your arms upwards, palms upwards. And now come to plank and switch legs. So the left leg comes forward, drop the back knee and really reach your arms against the ceiling and start clasping your hands, extending, palms facing skyward and shifting, following your breath forward and backward. Keep moving with your breath as you really oxygenate every little corner in your body, the front of your hip. You're feeling a huge stretch in the sides of your body. You're dragging with your feet the ground.
And hold.
And you exhale and hold as you bring your hands to the floor inside that left foot and turn to your right to half a squat with your right leg extended. And just feel with your hands, open your legs apart and feel a really big stretch in the inside of your legs. The right heel is really pushing towards the floor. And now switch to the other side. So bend your right leg and stretch
and hold
the left leg on the floor and press that heel towards the floor. Separate your legs with your hands until you feel a stretch. We just want to get to where we feel a stretch. So we're holding the breath here. We can release onto the floor, pressing with the hands on the floor. Now turn to the right, one quarter turn, and start inhaling and exhaling again. And from this low lunge, I'm going to reach backwards and hold my foot. Bend your back knee and hold the foot and push the foot towards your hand as you pull with your hand your foot towards your bum. So it's actually static, but there's a lot of action happening. Your right fingertips are pressing against the floor. Your left arm is reaching towards your foot, and your foot is pressing against the arm towards the back of the room in a straight line. Now look forward and start squaring your hips towards the front of the room so you increase the stretch in your front hip, your front left hip. And now shift as you follow the breath forwards and backwards. Just play with the movement here. You can place your right arm inside your right leg and just feel the open twist. It's a really nice open twist. And now plank and change legs. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Remember, you're still breathing. Drop the back knee. Stretch your arms up. Shift forward and backwards. Bend your leg that's on the back. And hold your foot with your right arm extended towards the back of the room. And now you have an open twist, and at the same time you're pushing the foot towards the arm pulling
Exhale
the foot towards
and
you.
hold.
Hold the breath. Still keeping this engagement in the front of your hip, and now turn to the front and square your hips towards the front of your mat, your current front of your mat. And really keep pressing with your feet against your hand, but try to keep everything in a straight line. So your hips are in a straight line. Now shift forward and backward.
Breathe in, hold.
Breathe in and hold the breath for 15 seconds. As you find this twist, elongate, lengthen all of your spine, lift the back of your crown of your head upwards. Think up, think expanding.
And release.
And release, and release everything
Breathe
to
out.
the ground. Palms to the ground, come to a plank position.
Inhale, exhale.
And from plank, come to downward facing dog. And stay in downward facing dog while you inhale and exhale. Keep inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And shift slightly as you push your feet towards the ground, palms of the hands towards the ground. Shift onto your toes and back to your heels while you breathe in and out. Onto your toes, back to your heels. And really engage everything here so that you feel a stretch. Engage your quads until you're pressing so hard on the ground with the whole surface of your foot, of both feet. You're almost trying to drag the mat. Make it wider. Imagine the mat is elastic and you're trying to stretch it to the sides with your feet, with the force of your feet. And try to take the tailbone up. So you really bend your knees to feel this movement. Take the tailbone up and now place your heels down. Do this again. Bend your knees and then place your heels down. Shift forward to a plank. Bend your knees, come to downward facing dog. And do this while you breathe. Shift forward to a plank. Engage your abs towards your spine. Bend your knees, take it to downward facing dog. Use your abs to shift up. Exhale, come to the plank and inhale. And keep the movement quite vibrant, quite dynamic.
Exhale,
feel your
and
breath
hold.
powerful inside you. And now exhale and hold. Stay in downward facing dog. If you want, you can come to all fours, so you can drop the knees down. If you decide to drop your knees down, I would take the fingertips towards you and feel this wrist stretch once more, just to see where you are at. It's a really nice stretch. And then sit on your bum. Take the legs in front of you.
Breathe in, hold.
We are holding as we're breathing in, and we're placing our sitting bones on the mat, removing any flesh from the side. We're preparing for Uttanasana. So make sure that the whole surface of your legs is on the
Exhale,
floor.
release.
Exhale and release.
Inhale,
Breathing in and out
exhale.
again. Hold wherever you reach with your hands, either your knees or your calves or your toes or your feet. And all you want to do is feel a stretch at the back of your legs. So hinge forward from the hips, pelvis forward. As I said, remove any flesh from the sides, sitting bones firmly on the floor. And you want to advance, you want to progress, you want to really, with the fingertips, walk them towards the front of the mat. And again, move in and out from this pose. So you're folding, lifting. Lift with the back of your neck. You won't feel as much length you won't advance as much towards the front, but you will feel more extension in the back of your neck, in the top of your back. And keep folding forward, and you will feel the stretch at the back of your legs. And even as you try to really lengthen and pull the back of the knees towards the floor, which is the hardest part, press with your heels, press with everything that's touching the floor. Try to press against the floor. Try to engage it fully. And now bend your knees. You're still inhaling and exhaling. And using your hands, separate your legs. So you're in a wide leg position, in a comfortable wide leg. So you are not in your edge, you're in a wide leg that you can hold. Hold the breath here. And as you're holding the breath, take your hands behind you and press the ground with the palms of your hands. As you press the ground with your sitting bones, which are completely straight and solid on the ground, you're pressing the ground with the whole back of your leg, your sitting bone, your thigh, the back of your knee, the back of your calf, your heel. The toes are facing towards the ceiling. Hold. And now breathe in and hold. And start hinging forward, just tipping slightly until you feel a stretch somewhere. All we want to do is feel this stretch. And then stay there and come out of it. Stay
Final
there.
exhale.
Come out of it.
Release.
Exhale everything. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Empty out. And come into this forward fold. You should be feeling a really huge relaxation at this point after all of this breathing. And now you can just breathe normally. Feel what you feel. Feel the space in your joints. Press the heels towards the floor. Stretch a little bit longer. Press the whole of this. As you hinge forward, maybe you can even push your legs apart a little bit more. Maybe you can come a little bit lower until you feel a stretch in the front of your hips, in the inside of your legs, coming towards the top of your legs. You're really hinging forward. Point your toes, flex your feet, flex your toes. Point your toes, point your feet, flex your feet, flex your toes. Mobilizing everything, feeling your ankles, feeling your legs, feeling that everything is very active. We have activated the body. We feel so much light, so much expansion, so much vibrancy in our body, so much music and so much impetus to dance. That's what you need to be feeling. Thank you for joining me in my 30 minutes pranayama stretch. I will see you soon. You can sign up at my website. I am barbarella.com and join me live.